Welcome to the Authentic Leaders Rising podcast, where high achieving entrepreneurs and leaders come to receive deep, insightful conversations and practical guidance to move from hustle to flow without sacrificing their authentic self and the results. I am your host and Chief Energy Officer, Tammy Cho, a former patient care leader turned international best-selling author, speaker, and face and body analysis expert. Get ready to lead your authenticity, lead your energy, and lead your impact. Hi there. Thank you so much for being here and tuning into the show today. Today, I'm going to dive into this topic of the relationship between our need to achieve and our relationship to the words of confidence and worthiness. Now, I'm really passionate about this topic because I see this as a big thing that's happening out there for everyone, where we're on the cycle of needing to do and to get things done and to hit our quotas and to pay our bills and all these kind of things. And I work with a lot of ex-corporate leaders turned entrepreneurs that really have this hardwired in them. There's an understanding within them that, oh yeah, I got to slow down and I got to take care of myself. And they're hardwired to keep on doing, keep on going. And sometimes when we are not looking deep enough at the issue, we see it as a surface issue and we're not really addressing things at the core. And another layer I want to bring into this topic, right? Because I was actually recommended a book by Jamie Kern-Lima. It's called Worthy. And she really paints this nicely, the difference between having confidence versus feeling worthy. And many people get these two confused. And I think she highlights it in a very good way. And I wanted to bring a piece of her genius into this today. And it's something that I also experienced on my own journey. Because confidence has a lot to do with skill sets. We take a program to learn how to do sales. We take a program to learn how to be a better speaker. We learn the skill of communication, right? Very much we build confidence by accomplishing these things under our belt that empowers us with a skill set that we could use in our life. Whereas worthiness has a lot to do with our innate essence of who we are. It's that strong inner sense of self that no matter what happens outside of ourselves, we're not affected by it. Or we're able to let it slide off with ease, right? And so when we paint these differences, it becomes a lot more clear within ourselves when we are achieving, right? Like, how are we going about this cycle in our day? What is the intention? You want to get something done for this client. You're wanting to hit your goals for the quarter. And underneath, when we actually look deeper within ourselves, right? Are we doing it because of filling a hole within ourselves? And very much what I see in a lot of my clients is this need to perform. They often have brought this energy from working in corporate, right? Needing to prove self. There's a sense of needing to hit the quotas that are provided to them. And this somehow has carried over. And like I said, it's very hardwired. They know they shouldn't do that, but that's the automatic go-to, so to speak. I often like to bring people to the truth of what's happening so we could be conscious in our decision making. And oftentimes what my clients say is, I really want to create this deeper impact. And you know what? I don't really care about the accolades as much. Yeah, I used to do that. I got all these awards and I realized it's really not creating the impact anyway. That's just for show. It doesn't feel congruent. And I'm hearing these conversations. And I also hear the range where people are receiving accolades and nominations to be the most inspiring woman, and they struggle to receive that in their community, right? And so these are all clues within ourselves that there's a deeper awakening in a lot of us, realizing that, wow, there's this disconnect between what we are achieving out there and what we're actually feeling we're able to receive within ourselves to what we actually feel aligned to within ourselves, right? That disconnect. And I talked about the difference between confidence and worthiness and very much between the two, right? the accolades, the achievements, the awards, right? Very much is in the category of the feeling more confident. And yet there's this other part that even though I have those, I actually don't feel any more worthy. If I were to sit here and not do anything else, there's a part within self that may feel very uncomfortable and feel that, oh, I got to do this. And it's really easy to be masked because normally we got to get things done. And often it's not until we slow down enough to actually feel this, right? And it's important to be really honest with ourselves. And this is one of the reasons, as a face and body analysis expert, to really help people uncover this mask, this disconnect on our face and how we show up and feel in our inner world and how we show up to the public and how other people see us, right? And when we see that visually in face analysis, like in our awakening session, right, it becomes really clear where there are places of unworthiness that are present. There's places where we may be hiding or turning away from ourselves, where we're playing small. All the symptoms of imposter syndrome, it often pops up in these sessions. And it's not just to highlight uncomfortable things, right? But it's to really turn in and to address them at the core. Because as high achievers, we're here to really make a big difference and create that impact. And this means so much to us. Otherwise, we wouldn't be investing all of this, right? We have big hearts. And yet, this is the piece within ourselves that we want to look right at the core. So we're not wasting time, energy, investments into things that are not going to move the needle. And if you're interested in booking a session, it's in the show notes. Go to pathtotheheart.com/links if you're wanting to book a session or if you have further questions, okay? And you want to stay tuned within this episode because I'm going to be highlighting 3 ways to really start you to move past identifying self with having to do more things because of not feeling worthy. It's very much like trying to do more to fill a leaky bucket that has holes in the bottom, right? We need to build a strong foundation. And it's these moments that we hit these plateaus where we're feeling that disconnect within ourselves between who we are and how we're showing up, between our results and how we are actually feeling on the inside. We're seeing the contrasts. And although that causes a lot of internal conflict initially, a little unrest within ourselves, these are all openings to actually deepening more into who you are. And that's the gift, to actually not just feel more confident based on skills, but actually be connected to your innate deep worth. And there's power in that because we came into entrepreneurship to make a difference, right? But to also be really connected in creating a new life based on what is aligned with our values, our vision, and what's important to us. All these questions of who am I? It makes a huge difference. We don't need to wait till midlife crisis. We were having these all along the way. It's when we don't know how to navigate these pieces where it starts to pop up later in life. But when in reality, it's always being shown to us. It's just that if we're listening and that if we've invited the right mentors, situations, circumstances into our life that really show us what is happening underneath. And so what I want to speak to is understanding that when we are achieving and when we know within ourselves we want to create that deeper impact, the desire underneath is this need to feel fulfilled, to feel respected, to really feel impactful and to leave a legacy in this lifetime. There's that desire. That's why we're doing all of this in many ways. But what if you're able to create all of that, being fully worthy of you? From this place of feeling worthy of ourselves, we're not going to self-sabotage. We're not going to push away opportunities and make excuses for taking action on the right things that move the needle versus all the things you got to do. This is where we are taking the rest for ourselves when needed. These are the times that we are choosing the exact thing that is uncomfortable, but we choose to look at it anyway because we have this connection that I matter. My mission matters. I can do this. There's a part within you that is calling all of this. And these contrasts are really highlighting for you to come back to more of you at the end of the day. And at some level, we already understand these things. But unless we understand what is the energy underneath, right? That the problem is that a lot of us are looking for things to fill the hole instead versus slowing down to actually look at what is happening. Do I know who I am? Do I feel connected in my heart and body? Do I know what I need? Am I feeling connected and inspired and it's filling my engine, so to speak? Or are you feeling drained? Or are you feeling disconnected? Or are you feeling unfulfillment? It's our feelings that show us the gap. So once again, it's about coming back into this radical honesty within ourselves. And so let's dive into the 3 steps you can start taking to start shifting all these dynamics, because all of us have a level of worthiness within ourselves that may be very present and it may be very non-present, but it is filtering through and affecting every area of our lives. And to just bring it all together, being worthy has a lot to do with your sense of safety, security, the resilience, the feeling grounded, where it actually feels like you're fully in your body. It feels very strong. It feels, wow, I'm unique. I have this deep sense of vision. I know this is my fire and what I'm meant to do. And this is my purpose. And it's not like a piece of it's here, a piece of it's there. It's you feel totally aligned in yourself and you feel worthy of taking this purpose out there. And knowing right now in this moment that you don't actually need to do more. And you're just feeling happy and fulfilled, and you just feel this degree of worthiness. And so let's dive right in. So the first thing is really listing all the qualities about you, leaving out all your titles, all your achievements, all the labels you put on yourself. Really write down the qualities that you admire most within yourself. And really notice when you start writing down anything that you have done already and taken action on and achieved, really let that all go just for this exercise. Allow yourself to really dive into all the qualities that you admire in you. If needed, maybe there's things that other people have told you that they admire in you and they find you inspirational and things like this. We talk one-to-one with other people that they have said to us, right? Really admire this about you. I think you're so good at this. And again, leave out the skills, like the things that you've done. It's not what you are doing, but who you are being. Like kindness, you're very generous. You're so creative. You're so spiritually connected. You're so intuitive. I'm such an integral person. Like really allow yourself to feel into those qualities within you and how you show up in your beingness throughout the moments of your day. What do you choose when moments get hard? Like, how do you show up to lead that room? And so feel free to pause this podcast if you give yourself some space to just write down a few of those things for you. And I would suggest to write as many as you can, but at least 5 to 10. Then you may see some commonality that you realize this essence of your being. And so the second step is really allowing yourself to validate yourself. I invite you to look in the mirror to validate what are these unique qualities about you. Really celebrate the wins within these beingness that you wrote out in question 1. To really look in the mirror and allow yourself to really celebrate the strengths, celebrate these qualities that might feel that it doesn't have very much grounding. And this is why we're doing the exercise, right? I'm inviting you to really go into a deep self-validation where you're speaking this out loud to yourself in the mirror. and allow it to land within you. And number 3, a really important process is really shifting from the what to the who. And so what that looks like is really ask yourself, who do you want to become in the process of your goals? You're still going to have the goals there. You're still going to have things you got to get done. But who do you want to become in the process? Again, not in the achievement, right? But imagine like when you're taking that action and doing the thing and you're relating to other people, who are you being? What is the thing that comes out of you and you want to speak in that essence and to share? What is the quality of that? And so just to recap, you're going to list all your unique qualities of your energetic essence, of the qualities you bring. Number 2, you're going to step into validating yourself in the mirror with these unique qualities. You're going to allow it to land in your body and to receive it. And number 3, you're going to allow yourself to shift from the what of you to the who of you. Who do you want to become in the process? Now, I hope you have taken some time to really dive into this, to really feel into this for yourself. Because a lot about being in our beingness is that we're feeling it within ourselves so that we can allow ourselves to connect with ourselves and show up in our beingness. Because that is what's going to make the biggest difference in what you're doing. You'll start to see that your results will skyrocket when you start to show up in this way. Because you start to be magnetic when you allow yourself to be who you are. And if you're drawn to this and you know that you're someone that just would love to be held by another through these initiations, through these transitions, through these openings and reinventions, please reach out to me because this is the work I love. I love holding space for you to come back to who you truly are and to be that authentic leader in your life where fulfillment, success, abundance, ease and flow, all of these things align when you allow yourself to just be yourself and taking action from that place. Please book a call with me. You know where to reach me down in the show notes. I'm sending you lots of love. I hope you found value identifying this difference between your confidence, your worthiness, and to look deeper into how this is actually showing up for you. And to really take these 3 steps to really move you forward in a way that maybe you haven't looked at in a while. I could tell you that often. This is the missing piece. Lots of love to you. I hope to chat with you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the Authentic Leaders Rising podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an episode. And leave us a review so others can find the life-changing content that we're sharing here. We are starting our movement on our way to number 1, and we need your help to get there. If you'd like to connect with other high-achieving entrepreneurs and leaders who are also on their authentic, energetic leadership journey, join our free Facebook community, Energetically Aligned Leaders. Go to pathtotheheart.com/links to join the Facebook group, book your personalized face analysis experience, or to access our resources.